I be getting money.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. I'm out, about to head, we'll try and head, if the weather stays up, head to the beach here shortly. It's always when you're trying to, go to a... They'll be like, man, your video quality sucks. Dude, this video sucks. Then don't watch it, man. Don't watch it. Get off my video. Get off the live stream. It's not like I'm at home. This is live. Especially when you're riding and driving and stuff like that. The signal's not going to be, that good. And I'm going through a particularly bad area and it's cloudy skies and stuff like that. So, in the midst of traveling, it's time for that Sunday sermon, so to speak, and I'm just going to be talking about the begotten concept, or what actually begotten is, and if you as a human being are begotten, and what are the implications of begotten, which is a past participle, whatever you want to call, of beget. Now, if anybody, it's so, that quote or that verse that comes up in John, that God gave his only begotten son, blah, 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 da, 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 and people just go along with it, and they get the tattoos and all of this stuff, and, this is my favorite quote, and don't realize actually what begotten means. I had and for those of you guys can go back and reference this video, I had recorded an interaction I had with the Jehovah's Witness, and I like talking to people about religion, and with these Jehovah's Witnesses guys, they came and we were talking, and they were asking me all these questions, and we got on the question of begotten, and I asked him, did he know what it meant? And he said no, but yet still he was spreading this word or this gospel or whatever of what it is that these guys are putting out and trying to bring people to Jesus Christ, so to speak, or God. But he didn't know what begotten meant. He thought that begotten meant like perfect or first or whatever like that, and that's absolutely not what it means. Begotten means that you have, procreated, reproduced, through the process of having sex. That's what it originally meant, but obviously the definition was, they tried to change it to suit that of this verse in John, to make it kind of like, okay, well, you can have kids, you can have children, or you can have sons without having sex. And they try to mix all of that in there, by way of saying that God gave his only begotten son, when in actuality God doesn't have kids all throughout the Old Testament, but all of a sudden the New Testament comes about, and all of a sudden he has a son that has been in existence that he never spoke of in the Old Testament, but they try to make it fit with saying in the beginning in Genesis there was God and the Word, and so on and so forth. But there's no need to be playing games, and I believe that God isn't one of those who does play games. He's blatant, unlike a lot of the stuff that's said when Jesus is talking, in what you read in the New Testament. He never, man, this weather's looking bad out here. He never basically just comes out and says that I am God, but people want to make it seem so much like that. And if you reference back in Genesis in the Old Testament, it'll go from Adam, Eve, Cain and Abel, and Seth, and they'll have like a whole chain, such and such beget such and such, so on and so forth, the tree, and that went on something for like 800 years. And you see this. So I have 4 children riding in this car with me right now. Yeah, whatever, man. Stop trying to make a guest appearance. But I have four children, and I have begotten 4 children. What's up, Simply Deep? I have begotten 4 children, right? And the way I have begotten 4 children is by, procreation by sexual means. By having sex with a woman who ultimately got pregnant and, gave birth to these four children. So when we look at the concept, and this is what I find quite interesting, which kind of makes sense, is when you get into when you study into Mormons, what they study, and Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints and things like that, they will actually say that God physically came down and had sex with Mary, which is complete blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? And for anyone to, go, why would a God? This is where the Greco-Roman influence seeps into Christianity, and what I spoke about before. That obviously we know in Greek mythology and Roman mythology that's what gods did. They came down to earth and they had sex with, women, and that which in turn created demigods and stuff like that. So that's a lot of the ties with that comes in. But this is what Mormons speak of, at least to my knowledge and my studies, is that God came down and physically had sex, which matches more in line with the term begotten. So when he physically came down, there was a God's sperm which intervened with that of the human biology of a woman, which in turn gave birth to Jesus Christ, which in Christianity, Jesus Christ is God himself. Hence, when God, and y'all not gonna like this, when God had bust a nut, he was actually releasing himself into this is why it's so crazy, into Mary. So you sending yourself, because it's Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, you're actually sending yourself, you impregnated a human woman with yourself, who would turn out and die later on, on this crazy concept. But their definition, that's more in line with the definition of begotten, and so on and so forth, about God lives on a planet called Kolo or something like that, and he's 6 foot tall and black hair and all kind of stuff that they speak of in that aspect. But when we come to the belief of, let me go, because I need to get a Red Bull, man. Hopefully this weather holds up. We come into what Christianity says is just the angel Gabriel comes to Mary and tells her that, gives her glad tidings of a son, and tells her to be, and it is, and she's saying how she's a virgin and stuff like that, and basically an immaculate conception, which is what it is. So gotta get some stuff. What's happening, man? Immaculate conception. So I think many people don't bother to research what it is as far as begotten. So it's quiet in the chat today, man. I don't even know why I'm either sticking to this, head to this ATM. You know what I'm saying? What's up with everybody? What everybody doing today, man? What's going on? Yeah, but Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the Messiah, the way, the truth, and the life. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. All God roll up into one. You need to recognize. I just wanted to talk on this real quick while you guys are on here, being that it's Sunday and all that. I thought I would have much more to elaborate on this topic. Let me know y'all thoughts on it. What y'all believe with this concept, all of this stuff like that. How y'all feel about this, whole immaculate stuff and, Begotten and King's English and all this other stuff like that. I need to get some more drinks for these kids. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff. Add me on social media, Facebook, Instagram. If you got any questions you'd like me to discuss, email me those as well. Any topics or anything like that. Check out my new t-shirt store I got up. The link is in the description. And, remember, anything lost can be found again.